Today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our smart contracts project. Let's have a look at what we're going to be going over today. Today we're back inside our Web3Py favorites module. I'm still in the transaction section of that module, so let's dive in with some light reading. So if we copy and paste your transaction into the terminal, you should see our transaction object. You should see something like this. You can see here, this is the information that looks pretty similar to what we've been seeing when I've ran the contract for you, up-to-date contract. So you can see here we have our value, which is set to 0. Gas fee, this is our gas fee we set. This is the max priority fee per gas, that's here. You can see what max fee per gas is here. You can see what chain ID is here. And you can see the data, which is going to be the hex data, is here. Now we can see that the transaction object has been built successfully and has all the necessary fields to deploy our favorites contract to the Ethereum network. Let's break down the transaction object a little bit to understand what each field is. So you have our value like I showed you. Now this means that we are not sending any ether with this transaction, as we are only deploying a contract and not transaction with an existing, or not transacting with an existing contract. You see our gas here. This is the maximum amount of gas that we're willing to pay for the transaction. We can set that at 221141, just a test number. And then we have the max priority fee. You can see this is a million gwei, or million in gas. This is the maximum priority fee per gas that we're willing to pay for the transaction. This is used to incentivize miners to include our transaction in the next block. And basically, this is just a pretty much more information on what we have here in our hex data. You can see here we have our ETH chain ID, estimate gas, chain ID, other things like that. And these are the JSON RPC methods that are being called by Web3Py favorites interact with the Anvil. And basically, this is a little bit more information about the hex data that we have here. And that's the end of this module here for transactions. So tomorrow we're going to be starting a new module, deploying a contract to the EVM. So stay tuned for that. We dive back into our contract and we start going over it line by line again. So yeah, of course I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, it's the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.